Hiya, it's Owlet here for one last Doctor Who review before the hiatus, and it is the Weeping Angels episode. The Angels Take Manhattan, I think is the name of the episode. I actually don't remember anymore, so bad form by me. We're off to a good start. It's written by Stephen Moffat, so deep breath because you know stuff's gonna get dramatic, both review-wise and episode-wise. And let's get into the top 10 things. The top 10 things in general. And we're starting again with the disliked so that we can end on a happy note. There's actually more than 5 things I disliked, but I don't want to make this video a complete rant. It's unnecessary. What's done is done. So, what do you think I'm going to start with? Things I disliked, what do you think will be number 1? Because it was number 1 last week, or at least it was in the top 5 for the past 2 weeks. Voiceovers. No! I don't care what accent it's in, I don't care unless it's a play or there's a purpose. There needs to be no reason for a narration, particularly when it's not really a narration. It's like a Moulin Rouge typewriter. I was typing and things were happening and the doctor blah blah. No! No! It's so condescending and cheesy and unnecessary and it drives me insane. So that was not a good foot to start on. Though I did like his fedora and top and trench coat thing. So hats off to your fashion sense. Random man whose name I've forgotten. Yeah. Number 2. The city that never sleeps. That's why the angels are in New York, because it's a city that never sleeps. Now, to me, something that moves when people aren't looking at it would love a city that sleeps all the time, because then it could, like, you know, come and attack you because your eyes are closed. But no. No, it wants a city that never sleeps? Is that so it can, like, blend into surroundings because no one will notice the statues are moving all the time? Because the Statue of Liberty freaking moved. Now, that was terrifying, but also really, like, pointless because wouldn't someone notice? I know that in 1938 the Statue of Liberty was under construction, but it didn't move completely across the sea. Did it? I don't know. I don't think so. So that as clever as that was, that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, and so I found that kind of plot hole grating against me the entire time. Like, why would it be a city that never sleeps? Why is the Statue of Liberty moving? What? River Song. She could just have an entire, like, stream of reasons why I don't like River Song. Alex Kingston is an amazing actress. Nothing against Alex Kingston. I just really don't like the character of River Song. I find her so painful because she's so flirty and smarmy, but not in a cool Captain Jack kind of way. Just in this, like, she even used her sexy voice to greet her dad. Who uses their sexy? I don't want to know. Don't answer that question. But, like, she's all like, I don't know, I'm gonna try. Yeah, she used her sexy voice to greet her dad. Pretty much used it to greet her mother. She pretty much uses it in general. I don't think she has any other voice other than her sexy, flirty voice. And it's just, bleh. And the pet names, they, ugh, makes me feel ill, like Sweetie, Honey, Pet. And she's so overdramatic about it. I mean, I know I'm overdramatic, I'm having a rant here, but, like, you know, oh, you're my husband and that's what we do when we change time and I broke my wrist and everything is important because you're embarrassing me because you needlessly used energy when blah 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 blah. It's bad enough that, you know, that marriage even happened in the weird circumstances that it did. Like, there's a lot that needs to be explained for River Song, but I don't really want that anytime soon because the less that there's River Song in an episode, the happier I am. So, no. It's just, let's get you to the library and then end your story saga and press on with different characters and different points for that matter. Number 4 was Rooftops. It was kind of cool to have the weird Sherlock homage in a Moffat episode. And then I'll go into that more in the things I liked as well. You know, we're up on a rooftop, but then it got too much like Reichenbach Falls, and I don't mean like, ooh, you're stealing your own ideas. No, that's ridiculous. I mean, I don't want this because we already had this, and feelings. How can I hold all these feelings? There was like Rory on a rooftop. We already had Sherlock on a rooftop, but it was worse because Amy was there, but I didn't know if that was worse because I was like, oh my goodness, imagine if John had been on that rooftop. And I was just no. I felt physically sick. I thought I was going to be ill. That was just way too upsetting because Rory Williams is like my favourite companion, second to Donna. Like, sorry, Donna comes first and then Rory. Like, oh my goodness. No! Cruel and unusual. But very well written. Because like when she's like, you'll die, and what makes you think you'll come back? And he's like, when am I not? And I was like, oh, this time you won't. But anyway. Number 5 was slow motion running at the end when the Doctor was like running to the last page letter of the book. I was like, what? Did we switch to a rom-com? Is it the 90s? Why isn't it raining? Like, that was lame. Like, what was written was really beautiful, but the running thing was just lame. No. There's too many, like corny little things, but you know what? Can't please them all, so I'm just a complainer. But now I'm not going to complain, because I'm now going to talk about things that I liked. 5 things that I liked. The Sherlock reference, right off the bat. China, 221B, C, clever. I see what you did there, and the font sitting up all like typographic. Well played, Moffat. Well played. I love references within references. I thought it was very awesome. Number 2, I loved that the angels were back feeding off time energy, because that was what made them so terrifying to begin with. And I was freaking out when they were on the stairwells, and they were like, angel, 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 angel. Oh my god. It's just, whoa, very scary stuff. The angels terrify me. Not as much as the Vashna and Narada, but whoa, very scary. So, loved that. Wasn't quite sure what happened to the whole everything that becomes an image of an angel becomes an angel. I'm just not sure where the angels stand now. They seem to have like unlimited terrifying powers, so let's just go with that. Number 3 I already mentioned was that I approved of the fedora and trench coat worn by that guy, whose name I don't remember. And that's a very small thing, but I did like that. And I did like the little glasses as well that Amy had. So the little costume things here and there were nice. And then number 5 that I liked, no, so number 4 that I liked was the fancying someone in a book. Like, little quotes directed towards the Doctor were quite cute, like, only you could fancy someone in a book, who turned out to be River Song, which just goes to show you that surely characters in a book exist in the real world somewhere. I mean, Stranger Than Fiction is an amazing movie where it proves just that. Which, if anyone hasn't seen, you should go see. Will Ferrell, Emma Thompson, amazing. Watch it. It's great. But, getting sidetracked. And then, number 5 was the ripping out pages of the back of the book. I never do that, but I did used to go through a phase where I wouldn't read the last page because I didn't like the idea that a book would end, and more importantly, I am very well known for boycotting finales of TV series, because I hate watching finales, because then it means that I have no episodes left to watch, which is why I still haven't watched all of Psych, I still haven't watched all of Pushing Daisies. I think I did watch all of Dead Like Me. It took me years to watch the end of Firefly, so... And I've still never seen the finale for Doctor Who where David Tennant turns into 11, and I've never seen the finale with the Master and David Tennant because I don't watch finales. I mean, I did for Sherlock, but it's rare, and that's only because I had reviews to do, so I had to do these things, but I hate finales. Blah. Now, bonus point was Christmas was referenced again, but never really explained, and so was the light bulb on top of the TARDIS. So I thought that was going to be explained in this episode, but it wasn't. So there is still lights on the blink, and there's still Christmas references. And I thought the lights would be just covering the angels, but there must be more going on. I think Moffat's got something in his big plans. The Ideas Man will bring out something for the Christmas special and or the 50th anniversary. It's probably going to be epic and terrifying and heartbreaking. Which, let's just say, in all honesty, that was a really sad episode. I didn't cry, because it's very rare that TV shows make me cry, but I did feel pretty miserable. And I still can't even fathom the fact that we will never have Rory Williams back again. Like, I think knowing that they were going to go made it worse, because we knew that there was nothing we could do about it. And also the fact that we've lost Rory and Amy in some situations so many times that you'd think it would be easier, but it's not. And then you also now have the expectation that they're just going to come back somehow because he'll work it out because he's the Doctor. And that's what he does. But you learnt way back in Amy's Choice that you can't bring them back. And even he looks so devastated. And oh my goodness, seeing Matt Smith devastated is absolutely devastating in itself, because everyone in this show is such an amazing actor. Like, what? So that brings the Doctor Who review to a close, I'm afraid. And that's really it. There's nothing much else to talk about. It was probably would have been better as a 2-part episode. I feel like the tension didn't quite, you know, wasn't suspenseful enough, and then it sort of just crumbled and fell apart at the very end. But overall, I guess if they had to go, it was nice that the ponds went together for once, as opposed to always dying apart, so they died old and together. What more could we ask for? I don't know, the fact that they're not dead, I mean, I don't even want to think about poor Brian now. And also, I'd still like to know what happens with the whole let's going back in time, because the references of the episodes 1 to 4 were out of order, so I don't know what's going on there. Is he still visiting them? What's happening? I don't know. But yes, I'm rambling now. I've said my thing. It's over. Go back to your lives, citizens. Okay. Toodles.